Hello everybody, welcome back to Planet X News. This is Scott from the Nibiru channel. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, I'm over here on the spaceweather.com website, and we're looking at a considerable increase, if you follow my cursor over here, considerable increase in the solar wind. We're looking at approximately 622.7 kilometers per second. And there's a high possibility that this solar wind will be picking up. But the main reason why I want to come over here to the spaceweather.com website is, once again, we're talking about this major sunspot, AR2665. Now, it states that the solar flare and a radio blackout is definitely possible. It goes into saying that this sunspot, AR2665, has grown into a behemoth almost as wide as the planet Jupiter. And the sunspot is now stretching more than 125 kilometers from end to end and containing dozens of dark cores. Now, the active region is a new opening, and if you take a look right down here, I mean, this is absolutely massive. The new opening that they were referring to in a NOAA report is right here if you follow my cursor. Now, this was taken by an amateur astronomer. We're looking at this image right here. I don't want to mispronounce his last name. Let's see here. I'm not even going to try this guy's last name, but his first name's Peter. Now, he sent this photograph in on July 9th. Pretty cool. Pretty cool picture of this massive, massive sunspot. 2665, they're calling it. You know, folks, I really hate slaughtering people's last names, but yeah, Pete's names look, his name looks a little, well, too many consonants for me. Anyways, let's move down into the rest of this information because I have more for you. It says, this is the biggest sunspot of 2017 so far. Let me repeat that. This is the biggest sunspot of 2017 so far. This amateur astronomer states that he photographed it using an 8-inch LX200 telescope and a safe solar filter on July 9th at 3:18 UT. The big sunspot erupted, producing an M1.3 class solar flare. It also states that these telescopes on board NASA's Solar Dynamics Observatory, the SDO, recorded the explosion's extreme ultraviolet flash. And we're going to take a look at it and see if we can see it on the SDO. But let's finish up this article on spaceweather.com. It states that a pulse of UV and X radiation from the flare ionized the top of the Earth's atmosphere. Now, I was looking at that earlier and yesterday in some of the models. It says this in turn altered the normal propagation of shortwave radio transmissions on the day side of our planet. And then it states that a map from NOAA shows the geographical regions that were affected, and it was mostly Australia and East Asia. People who might have noticed these blackouts, fades, and other transmissions, irregularities included aviators, pilots, mariners, and ham radio operators. Now, considering its extreme size, AR2665 has been relatively calm so far. Stronger flares and CMEs could be in the offing, meaning the possibilities of these CMEs occurring, it's great. You know, they kind of downplay things here, folks. I don't know why they do this, but, you know, on this spaceweather.com up here, they seem to downplay almost everything. There's no sense in downplaying something like this because this is a serious situation. You know, a CME coming from the sun is a serious situation. Let's take a look at the SDO. Okay, current situation right now. This is the sunspot right here that they're referring to. You could see a lot of action right there. This was the coronal hole over here that was Earth facing, oh, I would say about 2 days ago. And as it slowly turns towards the right, we see another coronal hole opening here and another one down here. And we see 2665 moving directly towards the Earth. It is an equatorial sunspot, which means it is just below the equator on the sun. And that is where we are located, Mother Earth. So God forbid we have any serious issues with this solar flare. Or excuse me, this sunspot. I'm going to go ahead and we're going to take a look at a different view. You can really see this, and I'm going to blow this up so we can all see it. A lot of action on this. A lot of action. Now, for some reason, I don't know the reason, but this is the 48-hour loop on this angstrom is just skipping. It's not flowing in a good form for this video. I don't know why it's been doing this lately on the SDO, but you can see all of this action on this. Let me see if maybe if I shrink this down a little bit, this will help the video. Yeah, it doesn't seem to be helping, folks. I don't know if it's something with the internet service or just the video coming in from the SDO, but it's making it very, very hard to see these flashes from this sunspot here. You could also see a lot of action right over here. A lot of flaring. I mean, look how massive this is. Pretty big, pretty big. I wanted to bring this to your attention because we're going to be paying attention to this all day, probably for the next 72 hours. Because over the period of the next 72 hours, this massive sunspot, AR2665, it's coming in. It's going to be completely 100% Earth-facing, probably within the next 12 to 18 hours, possibly 24. So yeah, you can see some of these flares. Yeah, and I just don't understand why this is just not wanting to cooperate as far as the video goes. See if we shrink it down, if that makes any difference. Yeah, for some reason this video just seems to be skipping through. Let me see if I can manipulate it here a little bit myself with the slider. Nope, that doesn't seem to be working either. It must be something with the video. We're not getting a smooth feed where you can actually see this flaring going on. Let's see if we could use another video, but they're all the same. They may be having some technical difficulty with the site. Move on to this 211 angstrom here, and let's see. Okay, it's a little, yeah, there seems to be something wrong with the video feed. Seems to be really choppy, and what I'm trying to show you, I wanted to see these flares coming out of this sunspot. Just you see a lot of activity on this side of the sun, and matter of fact, right where my cursor is here, you could see a lot of flaring here, and then two coronal holes opening up, one here and one here. So listen, folks, we're going to be paying very close attention to this. Absolutely no doubt, this is going to be a very intense situation with this sunspot. The possibilities of a large CME, they're definitely there. I was reading one of the NOAA reports. Again, they tried to downplay it a little bit yesterday. 12 hours later, they changed their mind. You know, it went from a low probability to a medium probability to a high probability. You know, I just don't get it. You see how big the sunspot was. You know that it's going to get bigger. You know that it's Earth-facing. It's going to be Earth-facing in a matter of time. Why downplay it? Why? I mean, these guys are supposed to be top-notch scientists, astronomers, whatever their background is. Stop trying to downplay the situation. It is a critical situation. You know, I mean, does anybody know what a kill shot is? A kill shot is a massive CME coming out of a sunspot like this and destroying our damn planet. So there is no downplaying in this. Just tell it like it is. You know, they said it's the largest sunspot of 2017. A lot of activity on it. I mean, you can see it. So why downplay it? But we're going to be paying very close attention to this sunspot. I want all of you to pay very close attention to the reports coming out on this. It's going to be very interesting in about 12 to 18 hours as this turns even closer and directly in alignment with planet Earth. So listen, ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned. I think today and tomorrow and the rest of the week is going to be plenty interesting, and plenty of activity. Absolutely no doubt. Absolutely no doubt. But anyways, I wish all of you a really good, happy Monday morning for all of you that are just waking up. Monday afternoon for some of you in other time zones that have already been up, getting into your work week. This is Scott from Planet X News. Thank you for watching.